Although I only own digital games today, I have had physical ones in the past, and I was not prepared when I saw the news that the era of physical games on PlayStation has a definite expiration date. Sony shocked the industry by announcing on the PlayStation blog that it will permanently end the production of physical discs for all new games starting in January 2028. Hi, I'm Evelyn, and in today's video, we'll look at the reaction from the gaming community, the hidden role that games like Grand Theft Auto 6 played in this decision, and what this really means for the future of the video game market. According to the official statement signed by Sid Schumann of Sony, this decision is a natural step to keep up with consumer trends, claiming that the preference for the digital format massively surpasses physical discs today. And if we look coldly at the numbers, they have some reason. Currently, digital downloads already represent between 85% and 95% of all game sales across various platforms. Last year, physical distribution represented only a tiny fraction of the brand's global revenue. The signs were there years ago. We chose to ignore them. Remember when the PS5 Pro was launched without a disc drive in the box, forcing people to buy the accessory separately? Or when expensive collector's editions of games like Spider-Man 2 started to include only a digital code on a piece of paper inside an empty box. Beyond that, the industry received the final push very recently. Rockstar Games made the decision to launch pre-orders for the highly anticipated Grand Theft Auto 6 in a purely digital format, proving that the biggest release of the decade was already planning to leave the physical format behind. Sony simply jumped on the bandwagon and pulled the plug for good. But Sony confirmed that this decision does not affect games released before 2028. Your current discs will continue to work, and releases planned until the end of 2027 will still be available in physical format. Still, the message is clear. The future of PlayStation is 100% digital, and the next generation, the PlayStation 6, will be born without any disc drive. As expected, the reaction from the gaming community was a mix of fury, nostalgia, and deep concern. On social media and forums, the dominant conversation isn't about convenience, but about ownership. Many gamers point to a frightening fact: when you buy a digital game, you don't own it. You're just paying for a temporary license to play it. The community immediately recalled the recent scandal in which Sony removed Studio Canal movies and series from users' accounts because the rights contracts expired, even for those who had paid for them. And to make matters worse, Sony has just confirmed the global closure of the PS3 and PS Vita digital stores for July 2027. With the end of discs starting in January 2028, several serious problems come to light. You won't be able to sell your old games to buy new ones, nor buy cheaper used games. You can't lend a game to a friend or your sibling. Without competition from physical stores, Sony now controls 100% of the price of games on the PlayStation Store. If they want to charge $80 or $90 for a digital game, you will have no other option. But this movement doesn't just affect gamers. It will rewrite the economic ecosystem of the entire entertainment industry. Physical video game stores, which have been suffering for years and closing entire chains, have received a death sentence here. Sony says it will continue working with retailers to sell digital formats, but let's be honest, going to a store to buy a plastic box with a plastic card and a code inside doesn't make sense in the long run for most people. Furthermore, industry analysts point out that this is a historic turning point. Consoles were the last great bastion of physical media, as music with Spotify and cinema with Netflix have long since surrendered to digital. Now that PlayStation has taken the first official step, it's only a matter of time before Microsoft with Xbox and other giants follow the exact same strategy. The big question now focuses on Nintendo. Will they also succumb to the pressure of the digital market? The year 2028 will go down in history as the year the physical format died for the world's most popular console brand. On the one hand, we have the absolute convenience of having everything a click away, without wear and tear on parts and with optimized loading times. On the other hand, we lose the freedom of choice, the historical preservation of video games, and the true right of ownership over what we buy. If you're a collector or someone who values having the game in your hands, The next few months until 2028 are your last chance to enjoy this culture as we know it. After that, we will officially enter an ecosystem entirely controlled by large corporations. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think of this radical decision by PlayStation? Will you continue to support the brand in a fully digital ecosystem? Or do you think this has gone too far? Leave your opinion in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next one. Stay well, and until next time, a sweet kiss.